To reuse or not to reuse? That is the question. The topic today is at the forefront of our department quality assurance meeting is reusable versus disposable laryngoscope handles and blades. And this is because of the new Joint Commission standards regarding laryngoscope handles and blades. Our current setting uses reusable laryngoscope handles and blades, but there are other options available, such as the disposable variety. I chose to address this question using a financial analysis and process improvement approach. I chose to use Six Sigma framework to improve our business performance relating to the cost of reusable versus disposable laryngoscope equipment. Six Sigma will provide the structure for the financial analysis, the disciplined thinking, and the engagement of the vested parties. Six Sigma is a process improvement that is composed of 5 phases, and we will use these 5 phases today. They are define the process, measure the process, analyze the process, improve the process, and control the process. The Joint Commission standards for infection control and preventions regarding the cleaning and storing of laryngoscope handles and blades. The Joint Commission has determined laryngoscope blades are semi-critical items and need to be sterilized at high level. Handles are also considered contaminated after use and must be processed prior to reuse according to the manufacturer's indicated for use policy. The laryngoscopes and handles need to be individually packaged and stored free from contamination until time of use. And lastly, the storage requires protection from dust, moisture, temperature, and humidity. Phase 1 of the Six Sigma process requires the project managers to focus on satisfying the needs of the new standards for the Joint Commission. Williams, Digley, Jones, and Berry in 2010, and the Joint Commission noted that contamination does indeed occur on the handle after each use. Simmons in 2000 stated that cross-contamination poses a risk for the hospital-acquired infections. The reusable handles have been identified as high-risk cross-contamination and increased incidence of hospital-acquired infections. Use of the impregnated germicidals are not effective in 75 to 86% of the handles treated. To recap, Joint Commission requires that the reusable equipment be processed prior to each patient's use, and we need to follow the manufacturer's indicated for use, the IFUs. In our facility, the sterilization of the handle has 4 different recommended methods. We can use gravity, displacement, steam, temp, which is 121 Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit, cycle time 30 minutes, dry time 15 minutes. The pre-vacuum steam, which is 132 Celsius, 270 Fahrenheit, cycle time 4 minutes, dry time 20 minutes. The STERIS AMSCO V Pro sterilization system, and the STERID sterilization system. Phase 2 of Six Sigma looks at measuring the process, and we're going to break the process down of the reusable handles and blades in our facility. First, we transport the used blade and handle to the location of the cleaning. At that site, we disassemble, the handle is removed, including the batteries and the lamp carriage. We rinse the handle, the body, the head, the cap under cold running water to remove the gross contamination. And then it is pre-soaked in a bin of chemicals which contain a pre-enzymatic chemical. After which, we will brush the handle and blade to remove any biofilm, and we'll dry them and transfer them to a sterile prep area. Once in the sterile prep area, the bagging and application of the strip indicators are applied. And then we proceed with the sterilization. There are different processes for handles and the blades. Once sterilized, we will reassemble the batteries, handle, and lamp carriage. We will test it to ensure that the light will still work, and then we package individually sealed until ready to use, and then they're transported back to the anesthesia carts. Phase 3, the analysis phase. Vasquez, a central sterile supervisor in the Glendale Adventist Hospital, conducted a case study for a year and determined the cost per intubation was $25.97. He broke his process down into soaking, cleaning, washing, sterilization, and final preparation and loss during the entire year. Whitner, a performance improvement specialist in 2012, noted in his case study for Southeast Health that the cost per intubation was $17.12. However, if only one hospital-acquired infection occurred per year, the cost would rise to $27.40 per intubation. Amor, Manock, and Burrell in 2010 noted in their comparison study of 1,072 patients undergoing a rapid sequence intubation, the failure rate to perform was 30 to 50% with reusable laryngoscope handles and blades. Cal et al. Noticed in 2009 there was a potential risk for cross-contamination from the use of reusable laryngoscope equipment because of the poor cleaning process. Nishiyama in 2007 noted there was a poor quality of light transfer with repeated use of laryngoscope handles and blades and a higher incident of first try intubations. The fourth phase of the Six Sigma is improve the process. Looking at the reusable laryngoscope equipment are at a high risk for cross-contamination, the 30 to 50%. There's a decreased function of light quality resulting in the lower first attempt intubations. There's frequent damage and loss of the laryngoscope equipment and resulting in the cost of purchasing new batteries, new handles, and blades. An improvement phase with the disposable blades and handles. Your disposable blades are 100% sterile. This removes the challenges of reuse and decontamination process. There's no risk for contamination because they're 100% sterile. They're individually packaged, so they're compliant with the Joint Commission. They have pre-test capabilities without breaking the sterility of the package, and they have a lower patient cost. The range of costs for disposable handles and blades range from $11 to $16 per intubation. The control phase is the last phase of Six Sigma. Number one, you need to meet your standard goal, and in our case was the Joint Commission standard of cleaning, sterilizing, and storage of the laryngoscope handles and blades. Number two, we can measure this accomplishment by randomly checking the sterility of disposable and reusable laryngoscope handles and blades. And four, we'll compare the actual results of processing between the two, disposable and reusable blades and handles. Cost comparison of the reusable versus disposable. The cost of the reusable laryngoscope handle and blade for intubation can range from $17 to $26 per intubation, but you also have to consider the risk of contamination, poor quality of light transfer with repeated use, and decreased first intubation success. The range of costs for the disposable handle and blade is $11 to $16 for intubation. Recommendations: I recommend we switch to the disposable laryngoscope handle and blade. We will have improved patient care. It's more cost effective. It's Joint Commission compliant. We have a reliable, high quality of light with each use and increased first attempt intubation success rate. Thank you very much.